really bad things keep happening to me. I know I always talk about my miserable life and how everything's going wrong, but lately things have been a lot worse. Okay. And I'm not even talking about this has nothing to do with my social life or, I didn't get in an argument with my mom or my dad. It's nothing like that this time. It's a lot worse. It's a lot worse. And it's like it's all these different things all happening simultaneously. Like all this is happening at the same time within just like weeks of each other. And it's all just piling up and at this point, man, I haven't even said this out loud, but like I'm afraid right now. Well, I'm having a bit of a health scare, okay? I'll say that. I will go into more detail, but first let me set up the whole situation of everything I've been experiencing and all the things that's going on around me lately that has really been rough these past few weeks. A few weeks ago, I found out a family friend. It's not this guy. I'm not particularly close to him. He's like friends with my parents. But this guy, he's not super old. I think he's about 60. He might not even be 60 yet. He's like late 50s or maybe early 60s. Okay. And this guy lives a relatively healthy lifestyle. As far as I know, it's not like he exercises all the time or anything, but I'm pretty sure he eats a relatively healthy diet. Like he's not fat or anything. Okay. He drinks, but he doesn't drink a lot. And as far as I know, he never has. My parents always talk about him like he's the one friend that like he really doesn't drink that much. He'll just have a couple beers on the weekend, sometimes, not even every weekend. Well, we find out a few weeks ago that this guy, um, he's sick. He had a very sudden thing happen where he ended up they had to call 911. He had to go to the hospital and they were able to, kind of get him into like a stable condition and everything to where he could go back home. But at this point, everything happened so fast. That happened. Then he was rushed to the hospital. They did some tests. Basically, they found out he has cancer. They did some more tests. I don't know all the details. He's terminal. It all happened so fast. And, the 1 minute this guy is just hanging out at home with his family, he's perfectly fine. Within like 3 weeks, he finds out he's only got a few months to live at best. And again, I'm not particularly close to this guy, but just seeing that happen to somebody that I do know personally, especially somebody that I thought seemed to be in pretty good health, it's really frightening. And again, this video isn't just about that, okay? Like there's shit going on with me too that's got me really scared. It's probably nothing. I hope it's nothing. We'll find out soon. I haven't gone to the doctor yet. I'm going to be going to the doctor tomorrow, actually. So we'll figure out what's going on. Maybe by the time I posted this video, I will have already been to the doctor, but yeah. All right, here's what's going on with me. This past summer, so this was, maybe in like July or August, I think that this happened. I had a weird experience where I mowed the lawn. It was like 90 something degrees out. It was a very hot day. So I chalked all this up to just being heat exhaustion. And that's what everybody else thought it was too, or my parents when I told them about it. But now I know it's not that. But yeah. Sorry that my thoughts are a bit disorganized right now. I'm just going off the top, trying to explain all this. I had an experience over the summer, a few months ago, maybe like 6 months ago. I had mowed the grass, I got real hot and sweaty. Then I came inside, I took a shower, While I was in the shower, I started noticing it was kind of like I had like spots in my vision, specifically kind of like in the bottom left-hand corner of my vision in a crescent shape, kind of encircling my field of vision, if that makes sense, on the left-hand side. It was like if you had looked at a bright light and then you look away and then there's that like lingering spot in your vision. It was like that, except it was there and it wasn't going away. And I didn't look into a light or anything. And so then over the course of maybe like 30 minutes or maybe even an hour, that spot in my vision just kept growing. It grew bigger and bigger to the point where it was like, okay, this is actually impeding my ability to see right now. I wasn't home alone, thankfully, because I was really scared that something, I didn't know what was happening. And I still don't. But yeah, it lasted for about 30 minutes to an hour, something like that. The vision spot, whatever you want to call it, just kept getting bigger and bigger, kind of surrounding the outside, the outer rim of my field of vision. And I started feeling kind of lightheaded, but I'm not sure if that was just because I was panicking or if that was actually part of what was happening. Because I did start to kind of panic, like what's going on? I started to kind of feel like I was having a panic attack. So I'm not sure if the feeling lightheaded and stuff was just because of the panic. May have been. So I chalked it all up to heat exhaustion. As it was happening, I drank a bunch of water, I ate an apple, and then it stopped happening. So I thought, I guess I was just exhausted. I was dehydrated. Once I got that water in my system, got some carbohydrates in my system, it stopped and that fixed it, and that was that. Okay, so that's what I thought about that. I did do some research online and I found out there's something called aura, basically where people that have migraines will sometimes have aura. They'll have what's called migraine with aura. And the aura is basically like a visual aura around their vision, similar to what I experienced. And I found out there's also something called, basically you can have a migraine with aura without having a headache. So I always thought a migraine meant that you have a really bad headache, but apparently you can have a migraine with the aura and have all these effects of a migraine without actually having the headache. So I thought maybe that's what happened to me, but I'm not sure. Okay, so that was like over the summer, so maybe like 6 months ago. All right, and then nothing ever happened since then. I felt fine, kind of forgot about it. Then a week ago from today, I went out to eat with my mom and the baby. We went out to eat, had a nice meal. We walked around a little bit in the area where the restaurant we ate at was. And then we got in the car and we went back home. Well, my mom was driving and it was nighttime, so there's a lot of bright lights from stores, lights from other cars passing by. There's lots of lights. Well, at some point, like 5 minutes after we started driving back home, I started feeling like, man, everything's like kind of blurry. And at first I was like, well, it's just these lights, these damn super bright headlights all the cars have nowadays. These lights are killing me. But then I realized, I'm getting that, for lack of a better term, aura again. And it's starting in the bottom left-hand corner of my vision. And it's like, it's like this spot in my vision in a crescent shape in the bottom left-hand corner. And again, it kind of, over the period of 30 minutes to an hour, it grew, it got bigger. And this time, I got kind of another thing also from the top right-hand corner of my vision, also in a crescent shape around the ovular area of the field of my vision in the top right-hand corner in a crescent shape. instead of being like a sunspot, like I had looked at the sun or looked at a bright light or something, what this looked like was it was almost like iridescent rainbow colors, blurriness going around my vision. And again, I started feeling kind of lightheaded, which also, again, I was panicking because I didn't know what was happening. So I don't know if the lightheadedness is just like related to the fact that I started panicking. That seems like that could be likely. I'm really not sure. But yeah, so that happened. Okay. So as soon as that happened, and it lasted about 30 minutes to an hour. We got all the way home. I got back home, and that's when I was really like, once I got back in the house and we turned the lights on, and I could really see, like, oh, whatever's happening with my vision, it is happening. You know, it's not just me looking out into the dark night with all the headlights and everything, and that kind of like blurring my vision or whatever. It was very easy to confirm, like, okay, this is happening. Something's going on with my vision right now. Something's going on with me. I don't know. Having some kind of episode. So, based on my research looking around online, I think maybe these are migraines that I've had. I really don't know. And I'm scared. But I've made a doctor's appointment. I'm going to be going to the doctor tomorrow. So, you know, hopefully we'll figure something out. At the very least, I hope at the very least, we'll, I guess, be making progress toward figuring it out, even if the doctors are like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm assuming if they say they have no idea, you know, we'll do some kind of test, like, or they'll refer me to a specialist, like, we're making progress, you know, I'm feeling good about going to the doctor tomorrow. Other than those, whatever kind of episodes those are that I've had, other than that, I pretty much feel fine. But I keep having, you know, I'll be going throughout my day ever since the last time this happened. And every now and then, I'll just think back to it and I'll be like, oh shit, you know, and I'm like, it could happen at any time. And I don't know what it is. And I keep being like, I'm afraid I'm going to have a seizure or something. Because I don't know, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. Like I say, I hope it's the migraine thing, because from the brief research I've done online, if that's what it is, you know, most people that have migraines, like they live a long, normal life other than the fact they have migraines. And apparently, you know, the migraines without the headache, if you don't actually have the head pain with the migraine, then that's actually better, you know, than if you had the pain. So maybe I have migraines, or maybe I've had a couple of migraines, and maybe I'll have more in the future, if that's what it is. Hopefully that's all it is. Could it be a bigger issue? I really don't know. I really don't know, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared about all this. I'm really, really scared. I'm sure pretty much anybody would be, because this is a weird thing. I've been in really pretty much good health for my entire life up to this point. Like, I hardly even get sick. Like, even like getting the flu or even getting a cold or something. I can't even remember the last time I had a cold, because I'd really hardly ever get sick. The last time I had something similar to the flu or a stomach bug or something like that even was literally like 10 years ago. It's been that long. I just really, I don't get sick, hardly ever. And I think I don't live the most healthy lifestyle, but I don't live the most unhealthy lifestyle. I don't drink that much, okay? I use a little bit of, you know, left-handed cigarettes, so to speak. I don't use tobacco. I eat somewhat healthy. Like, I would say I eat healthier than the average person. I'm currently not overweight. At times in my life I have been, but right now I'm not overweight. I'm at a healthy weight. I don't know. I keep worrying, like, do I have brain cancer? Am I suddenly epileptic? Like what's going on? I don't know. And I am scared. Okay, but enough about my health issues. I'll go to the doctor tomorrow. Hopefully we figure out this no big deal and everything's good. Looking forward to that if that's the case. Even if it's bad news, I'm looking forward to going to the doctor and figuring something out. Because I think not knowing, it's not good. I'm already a highly anxious person. And these health issues are, it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. And I'm afraid, like right now, I always wait for my mom to leave the house before I start recording these, or I wait for her to go to bed and I go sit in the car and record. But the thing is, so my mom's gone right now, the baby's gone. I'm home all alone right now, and I'm scared just being home alone. Because what if this all is something more serious and it happens again, except it's more serious this time? And I needed to have somebody here to notice that something's wrong with me so they can get help. But I'm all alone right now. My mom, she'll probably be back in like an hour. Like, I guess it's still not really like that big a deal, but anytime I'm alone now, I'm scared. I'm scared something's going to happen. Man, over the past week since the episode happened, I'm eating extra healthy. I'm making sure I drink water. I'm going to take a bite of my apple right now. I'm trying to stay healthy, make sure I don't get dehydrated. I'm eating leafy greens. I'm eating broccoli, asparagus. I'm eating vegetables. Staying away from processed meats. Doing the best I can. Okay. Well, aside from my health issues, there's other bad shit that's been happening to me. I unfairly received a strike on one of my recent videos. I think it was unfair. I appealed the decision. The appeal was rejected within an hour. You know how these things go. There's never any explanation of like what I did that broke the rules. So I don't know. So that sucks. I'm uncertain about what are you even allowed to post on YouTube? Because if they're going to give me strikes for stuff that really is completely clean, totally clean, not breaking any rules, it's like, what am I even allowed to post? I have no idea. I don't know what happened. I truly am like just lost on that one. Okay. And then the other thing that happened, my external hard drive, I have two external hard drives, but the main one that I had stored all of the gameplay footage that I had recently recorded, and I don't play games for fun that much. Like, I enjoy it somewhat, okay? But when I'm playing games, I'm doing it to record the footage to use in these videos. And I had 20 to 30 hours of gameplay footage that I had recorded recently, just over like the Christmas break. I put that on this external hard drive and it's gone. Everything that was on that external hard drive is gone, okay? The videos from my main channel, the backups for the videos on my main channel, those are gone too, okay? Now, I will be able to re-download most of those. It's a very lengthy process, and I'm not sure if you download something from YouTube, if it'll be in the same quality as the original was. Surely there's some amount of quality loss. I don't really know. But that's not a big deal. I guess I'll be able to recover those. But I lost all of my gameplay footage. So to even make this video right now that you're watching right now, I had to like really quickly record some gameplay footage because I don't have any. And I had built up so much backed up that would last me for months. It would have lasted me for months, maybe even a year or more. And that's gone now. It wouldn't have lasted me a year, but it would have lasted me months, and that's gone now. And there was other stuff on my hard drive that I'm not going to talk about that, just personal documents, information that, yeah, it was important to me, and that's gone now. One thing was school projects I had done during my undergrad and during my master's degree. Those are gone because that hard drive had all of my school stuff. So that's all gone. And yeah, you can say, oh, you should have known better. You have a master's degree in computer science. You should have known better. You should have known to have at least 2 or 3 backups of all your data. Well, yeah, sure. But these hard drives aren't free, okay? It costs money. A 5 terabyte hard drive is like anywhere from like $120 to $160, something like that. Okay, so I don't have a lot of money, all right? YouTube is my only source of income. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't care about the hard drive that much. I don't care about the strike that much. Those aren't that big a deal compared to what's going on with my health potentially. That's what's really got me worried. That's what I'm really scared about. So yeah, I don't know. I take naps throughout the day because I feel like, well, if I'm laying down and I'm asleep, if the thing happens, the migraine or whatever it is, I wouldn't even know because I'd sleep through it. And I think, well, that'd be good because at least then I'm not panicking when it happens. So I feel like, I can't get anything done because I'm afraid to even stay up late. Because I'm afraid if I get a little bit sleep deprived, then the thing, whatever it is, it's gonna happen again. And maybe the next time it happens, it'll be worse. And guys, I know a lot of people think I talk a lot of BS in my videos, okay? Believe what you want, but let me tell you this. What I'm saying right now about these migraines, these health episodes, whatever it is, this is really happening, okay? It's happened twice. And I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. And all I can tell you right now is I'm really, really scared about it. And I'm really worried about my health. So I don't know. I guess I'll give an update if we figure anything out. But yeah, bad shit just keeps happening. Not just to me, to other people. I didn't watch the video yet. I'm probably not gonna watch it. But I saw Babbling Loner put out a video a few days ago where it seems like he's having some kind of health problems. I didn't watch the video because I don't even want to hear about all the bad health things that can potentially happen to a person. Like I don't want that extra anxiety. I hope whatever is going on with him, I hope he's all good. Bad shit just keeps happening, it seems like. And it's not just to me, but to lots of people. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. For myself, I'm doing the best I can. Doing the best I can to stay positive, which is already really hard for me. I'm trying to eat healthy. The thing is, I also want to exercise a little bit, but I'm afraid because the first time I had one of these episodes was after I mowed the grass and I really did a lot of physical exertion with that. I got all hot and sweaty. So I'm kind of afraid to exert myself. So I feel like exercise is good for your health, but I'm afraid to exercise right now. But I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm doing what I can for myself to try to stay healthy. And I'm probably not even going to edit this video at all or the audio like I usually do because it's just I don't want to listen to this again. So this is going to be my worst video yet, but it's whatever, Thank you for watching. You can like the video or whatever if you want. I'll keep you all updated.